Welcome to Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio. I'm Aiden O'Connor alongside Aiden Richmond, and we're here today at the Farrell Center for the matchup of number 15 Baylor versus Houston. Now, Aiden, Baylor coming off a big win versus TCU, coming in today versus a Houston team that has struggled, and Baylor having a lot of history on their side between Houston and having a lot of momentum being undefeated this year at home.
Yeah, Baylor is looking for that first 4-0 start to Big 12 play since 2019 when they started 6-0. So coming in, Baylor looking to get that fourth win, going to be a very big milestone. We're, of course, going back to that ranked win against number 9 TCU earlier in the week where we saw Ksenia Rockman-Chick have a high of 13 kills and 10 digs, Harley Craig with 41 assists, 17 digs, and Bailey Warren notched a career-high 16 kills. Baylor also having the highest jump in the ranked polls, going from 20 to 15 out of all the teams up there, and they still have to play a ranked Kansas later in the week. So we're looking at a Baylor squad that is trying to keep all their momentum here at home. They're undefeated. They're undefeated in conference play, and if they're able to keep that alive, keep it going, who knows where this team ends up once the tournament rolls around.
Yeah, this game definitely really important for them to keep the momentum going into another ranked matchup, and they can't take this game lightly. Can't take their foot off the gas because this Houston team, while they've had struggles, they're 0-3 against ranked opponents, losing 0-3 in every single one of those matchups. They have stayed in the game so many different times, and they have a lot of players on that team that can be such threats to this Baylor team, being Lottie Scully or the other transfers they have, and Baylor just cannot sit back and think this is going to be an easy win because of the momentum they have right now.
Yes, and talking about transfers and freshmen, Morgan Madison earlier in the week was named Big 12 Freshman of the Week for the second time this season. She's averaging a 3.5 digs per set, which is putting her in the top of Big 12 freshmen across the conference, and she's on pace to shatter the Baylor freshman record of 2.2 digs per set by Emily Von Slate all the way back in 2020. That is going to be a notable key player for Baylor to keep looking at. And then you also think about Ksenia Rockman-Chick. She coming in, she's making her statement known. I mean, you saw it last game with her 13 kills and 10 digs. The transfers for both of these teams, the freshmen for both of these teams, are going to be key components for the matchup tonight.
Oh, they are, and coming off a win for Houston beating Texas Tech, and then Baylor, of course, coming off of their win, as we almost get hit by a volleyball in the pregame. There's very much a difference in how these two teams are coming into it in terms of what they've experienced. You know, you have Baylor, who, even though winning that TCU game in a very big emotional game, took them 5 sets, and now having to turn around and play this game where you have Houston, who beat Texas Tech 3-1. So there's a lot of, I think, load management that's going to have to be going on in terms of these players and having to make sure that the intensity is up the entire time because of how tired these players must be.
Yes, and adding back to that, Baylor is 7-0 this season and 191-22 in Coach McGuire's era when winning the opening set. Baylor is key, continuing to talk about the foot on the gas being the winning component that Coach McGuire is telling his team, if we want to win a game tonight, this is what we have to do. We have to come out, show them we're going to be aggressive in the first set, we're going to be aggressive in the second set, we're going to be aggressive in the third set. We saw that against TCU. They stumbled in that second and fourth set a little bit, giving up those sets. When it seemed, even in the fourth set, when they were a point away and let TCU crawl back to get 3 straight to take it from them, they came back in the fifth set and said, you know, we slipped up, but we're going to show you why we're here. We're going to show you the team that we are, and we're not giving up. I believe that Baylor has put an emphasis this week in practice in saying, we're going to keep our foot down all 3 sets. We're going to sweep you. We're not going to let it go by.
And like you said, that was a very big thing that happened last game in terms of, as we were talking about during the entire stream, the keeping your foot on the gas if you're Baylor. And because they had struggled with getting out of a second set slump, because they've been great this year at getting out to really good starts in the first set. But when it comes to the second set, that seems to have been a problem. But this team showed last week that they're able to bounce back from stuff like that. And going into this game, that's something, a little bit more tired, having to play a little bit more sets. A team that has taken, while losing, has taken a lot of these teams into extra points in sets. There is going to be a lot of fight in this Houston team, and Baylor needs to be ready for that.
Yes. We're going back earlier talking about the schedule that TCU has played. They have played 3 top 25 teams through the season, that being number 14 Purdue when they lost 0-3. Followed that the next day by playing number 3 Kentucky, again a 3-set loss. And then they played TCU just 2 weeks ago, where they lost 0-3 as TCU was still ranked number 9. And if we look over at the Big 12 standings, you have Baylor sitting on top at 3-0 in the conference, followed by Arizona State, who is ranked 8th in the nation right now on a total scale. TCU falls down to 12, and Purdue is at 13. So when you're looking at that, and you're coming over, you're looking at the conference standings, you see Utah is down at the bottom at 0-2. If they lose tonight, they're going to drop to 0-3, and they're looking at an already big hole that they're going to have to climb themselves back out of to get into the season tournament. That's going to be very key for them, and making sure that this program isn't slipping up. And the Bears looking to get out to that 4-0 win streak that we've talked about, and how big that's going to be for them going up against Arizona State and then also Kansas later this week as well. That's going to be a big game for them. It's going to be an interesting night.
It definitely is, and keeping that momentum up, staying undefeated, because the last time that Baylor was able to be 4-0 to start off conference play, they ended up continuing that all the way to 6 games, and I'm sure Coach Ryan McGuire is looking to extend that even further. But that's so integral to get these early leads in the conference, so later in the season, if things do happen, the season takes a toll on Baylor, they're able to have those wins earlier in the season. And another stat that we were looking at is the Bears this season, 8-0 when they have a higher hitting percentage than the other team, and a very good offensive showing versus TCU on Sunday. So that will be very big for them in a team great on offense, great on defense, but making sure that they stick to their strengths.
Yes. You go look at Baylor's schedule. After Kansas, they have Arizona State, Arizona. Both of those games will be away. And then they come back home for Kansas State, and then Cincinnati and BYU. So the Bears are having this very, on and off schedule where they go out of state for a couple of days, and then they come back home and have a good home court advantage against some really tough opponents. And I think that's helping Coach McGuire out this season as well, when you look at the fact that they're undefeated here in the Farrell. The team is obviously feeling very good about the fact that when they're at home, they're saying, this is our territory. We're not going to let you come in. We're not going to let you disrespect our court. They got something to prove out here. And he's talked about it. The assistant coaches talked about it, and I've heard the players talking about it. They all feel that this is a team that is, they might have stumbled against Texas a couple weeks ago, but they've figured it out. Coach McGuire said it, that this team is ready to go deep in a playoff run.
Definitely in this game, trying to maintain that momentum they've had. And with that thought, we're going to go to a quick break, and then we'll come back with the lineups, and then we'll be closer to the game for y'all. You have been listening to Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday. your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back to Baylor Volleyball and Baylor Lariat Radio. Now, before the game begins, we'll go through the lineups for each team, starting with the setters for Baylor. You have number 1, Harley Kreck, number 8, Bree Denis, and number 19, Emmeline Stetton. Then for the outside hitters, you have number 2, Bailey Warren, number 6, Ksenia Rachmanchik, number 11, Kendall Murphy, number 12, Brielle Warren, number 17, MJ McCurdy. And then for the liberos and the defensive specialists, you have number 3, Taylor Crane, number 22, Morgan Madison, and number 26, Tahani Ulufatu. And then for the middle backs, you have number 7, Tori Davis, number 9, Anastasia Nikolnikova, number 10, Gabrielle Essex, number 20, Manuela Bibimbe, and number 25, Lauren Weesey. And for the opposite hitters, you have number 16, Grace Carroll. And then for Houston, the setters are number 6, Tennyson Fry, number 7, Olivia Clemis, number 22, Lodi Scully. For the outside hitters, number 1, Alyssa Gonzalez, number 3, Aubrey Sears, number 5, Lily Barron, number 9, Avery Shemaitis, number 16, Brenny Reed, number 18, Holly Schroeder, number 34, Tara Greenberry. And then for the libero and defensive specialists, you have number 2, Alana Torres Rivera, number 24, Jillian Pitts. And for the middle backs, number 10, Aidan Connor, 12, Addison Pohl, 13, Barakat Rahman, 14, Ella Wendell, and 25, Kellen Moran. And with that, we'll go to another quick break before we start this game. You've been listening to Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com.
Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event.
News for the students.
So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Hey Bears, Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back to Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio. About to get started off with this in-conference Big 12 matchup between Houston and number 15 Baylor. Both teams getting set up. Big match with conference implications for both teams. Baylor trying to keep their undefeated streak within the conference alive, trying to maintain their 4-0 home record as well. Now set to serve from the back right for Houston, Lodi Scully. Pass forward by Bailey Warren. Set to the right for Manuela Bembembe. Taps it over, dug out by Houston. Houston now blocked by Baylor. Baylor keeping it up. Ksenia Rockmanchik with the kill, and that will be the first point for Baylor. Baylor up 1-0.
That was great job by Baylor, able to float around. A couple of those balls, not perfect passing, but Baylor still able to float around and get to the spots where they needed to be and get a play made.
Seems to be an injury timeout, it looks like, for Houston as they look at one of their players. And that was a great first point for Baylor, you know, setting the tone early and getting a really big kill.
Yeah, it was really good by Baylor. Able, again, the floating around by both teams. Houston laying out for a couple of those balls that we saw get over from Baylor. And it was great athleticism by both teams to just be able to be nimble, get to their spots, and make plays when they needed to make it happen.
And Ksenia Rockmanchik making her presence known for this game already. Last game having a double-double versus TCU, just being such a key part of this team. Now after that quick intermission, Morgan Madison set to serve from the back left for Baylor. Then serve, pass forward by Houston. Houston sets it up. Baylor able to defend it. Bembembe trying to go for the kill, gets blocked by Houston, and then number 13, Barca Ramon with the kill for Houston. Now all tied up. Baylor 1, Houston 1 in this first set. Serving from the back right is Holly Schroeder. Pass forward by Rockmanchik. Quick set to the left, and that will be blocked by Houston. Great defense by number 9, Avery Shemaitis. Houston now up 2-1 first set. Holly Schroeder continuing to serve from the back right. Pass forward by Bailey Warren. Set to the right for Bembembe, and that will be a kill. What great placement by her.
Great placement out there by the line, kind of in a spot where Houston wasn't really covering. And Baylor and Manuel Bembembe able to capitalize off of that open opportunity.
Tahani Olufatu coming in the game now for Baylor. Baylor Houston tied 2-2. Serving from the back left. Houston with some miscommunication trying to receive that serve, and that will be Baylor's point, now up 3-2 over Houston. from the back left. Olufatu, jump serve. Pass forward from Houston. Tapped over. Now a setup for Tori Davis, and she was not able to get that, but still being able to get over by Rachmanchik. Now being passed around by Baylor, and Bailey Warren trying to go up for the kill, but that will be out of bounds, and Baylor and Houston will be tied 3-all.
Yeah, Baylor able to receive it, but just got off to the wrong foot.
Alana Torres Rivera serving from the back left for Houston. Pass forward by Olufatu. Sets the right for Ksenia Rachmanchik. Same place as the first point in the game, and she gets the kill.
Yeah, Houston able to get some hands on it this time, but not enough to get it up in the air for them to make a play on it, and it just went out of bounds.
Baylor up 4-3 over Houston in this first set. Rachmanchik serving from the back right. Dug out by Torres Rivera. And set to the left for Avery Shamidas. But that will be a kill for Houston. Now Baylor and Houston tied 4-all.
Yeah, I heard Tehani Olufatu call that it was out, and it's a good judgment call. It's one of those 50-50s, and they just got on the losing end of it.
Olivia Clemens serving from the back left for Houston. Turned by Baylor. Now Houston passing it around. Dug out by Morgan Madison. Bailey Warren tapping it over. And then a kill from number 1, Alyssa Gonzalez. Houston now up 5-4 on Baylor.
It looked like Victoria Davis got a hand on that ball, but just the deflection wasn't where anybody was in the back line.
Olivia Clemens serving from the back right. And she will not make it over, and that will be a service error. And service errors were a big component of the last game versus TCU.
I was just about to say that both teams ended up in the double digits last game. Wondering if we'll see something similar to that today, or maybe Coach McGuire worked on that during practice this week.
Now 5-all, Tori Davis, sorry, from the back left. And it will be passed forward, and a kill for number 25, Kellen Morin.
Yeah, great, excellent speed and pace on that ball. In a perfect spot, too. Nobody over on that left side for the Bears.
Houston up 6-5 now. Alyssa Gonzalez serving from the back right. And then the toss up to Gabby Essex, and that will be a kill for Baylor as things are now all tied up at 6-all. Harley Kreck serving from the back right. And that will be a service error for Baylor. Houston will now get the serve up 7-6.
Again, talking about it, it was a big component of the game on Saturday against TCU.
Kellen Morin serving from the back left. Set for Manuela Bibimbe, and she will hit it. She will get the point for Baylor. Baylor and Houston now tied 7-all. Now Bailey Warren serving from the back left. Dug out by Alyssa Gonzalez. Holly Schroeder trying to get the kill. Returned by Baylor. And Manuela Bibimbe will set up for the kill, but it will be hit out of bounds. And it looks like Baylor not happy with the call, and the judge reverses it. It will be Baylor's point and a kill for Bibimbe.
Again, just being able to put enough speed on that ball to where Houston's not able to return it. I mean, what more can you ask out of your front line?
Baylor now up 8-7 over Houston. Bailey Warren serving from the back left. Pass forward from Houston. Quick set to Alyssa Gonzalez. That will be blocked by Baylor. Baylor passing it around, setting up Bibimbe again. But she will be blocked at the net, and now it is 8-all between Baylor and Houston.
I think we're seeing both teams' defenses come into play here. Seems to be more points scored by the defense actions in this game so far than there have been offenses.
Lottie Scully serving from the back right. Pass forward from Bailey Warren. Set from Krek up to Ksenia Rockmanchik, and that will be another kill for Ksenia Rockmanchik, again on that front left side.
Wonder if she heard me and said, you might be a little bit wrong there, bud.
Baylor up 9-8 over Houston. Morgan Madison serving from the back left. Pass forward from Alyssa Gonzalez. Set up for Barthol Roman, dug out by Madison. Ksenia Rockmanchik trying to go for the kill again, and she will get it. Another kill for Rockmanchik. Baylor now up 10-8. And Houston seeing that, taking a timeout.
Yeah, Rockmanchik at 4 kills, Manuel Mbembe at 3. Baylor putting themselves up there. They're coming out, they're showing our defense is good, still top of the conference, but we're here to work on our offense too. And if we have to maybe disrespect you a little bit this week and show you that, you know, we're going to be trying a couple more things, that we were seeing great passing out of the Bears to be able to get some really good placed balls up to those outside hitters on the front line. I don't think they're afraid to maybe try a couple of things against Houston, and what better time to do it? You don't want to do it on Friday when you have to go up against a ranked team in Kansas.
You can definitely see some experimentation like you were talking about, trying to get Mbembe the ball on the right half the time. She's got 3 kills of her own, and then Rockmanchik on the left side. And really seeing good results from both of them as they have a combined 7 kills now. There's 9-all between Baylor and Houston. Holly Schroeder serving from the back right. Trying to set up Rockmanchik again. Houston able to receive, tapped over by Houston. Baylor now passing it around, setting up Rockmanchik again. Ball be dug out by Alana Torres Rivera, but nobody else will be able to get to it, and that will be point Baylor.
That ball ended up deflected almost in the back tunnel, but props to Houston for going after it and just trying to even get there. I think most teams probably would have given up on it, but I think Houston knows that they have to give everything they got.
Baylor up 10-9. Olufatu serving from the back left. Pass forward from Schroeder. Set up to Alyssa Gonzalez on the front left, and that will be a kill for Houston. Tied up at 10 now between these two teams in the first set. Torres Rivera serving from the back left. Pass forward from Olufatu. Set to Tori Davis, and that will be another kill for Baylor. Houston trying to get the block there, but not being able to execute. Baylor now up 11-10. Rockmanchik serving from the back right. Now barely get over the net, and that will end up being a service ace for Baylor. Baylor up 12-10.
We saw a couple of those from last game as well. Some of those balls that just barely hit the tape at the top of the net, but as long as they get over, they're over.
Rockmanchik serving from the back right. Pass forward from Houston. Tapped over by Baylor. Baylor now passing it around. Tori Davis going up for the kill. Baylor up 13-10.
Just as quickly as we were saying that Rockmanchik seems to be getting a majority of the love, and Tori Davis said that she wants to share that as well. Making her statement known there.
Rockmanchik serving from the back right. Pass forward from Torres Rivera. And it will be tapped over at the net by Bailey Warren. Point Baylor. Baylor now up 14-10 in this first set. Now the Houston coach talking to one of the judges.
You know, going back and talking about it, with Houston being 0-3 against ranked opponents, it's kind of what Baylor was on Saturday against TCU.
Rockmanchik serving from the back right once more. Pass forward from Alyssa Gonzalez. Set up to her, dug out by Morgan Madison. Olufatu setting up Bailey Warren, and Bailey Warren will get the point for Baylor. Baylor up 15-10. Now Houston head coach David Rare continuing to argue with the referees. And there will be a challenge from him on that last play. And with that challenge, we'll have a quick break, and we'll be back with you with more Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Welcome back to Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio. A decision has been made from the judges, and now the point was given to Houston. Successful challenge by David Rear. Now Baylor up 14-11. Olivia Clemens serving from the back left. Pass forward by Lufatu. Set to Tori Davis. Blocked by Houston. Now Baylor passing it around. Blocked again by Houston. Set up for Tori Davis again on the right side. Now pass forward by Alana Torres Rivera, and then set up at the net for Kellen Morin with the kill. Now Houston trying to get back up with Baylor. Now Baylor only leading 14-12. Clemens serving from the back right once more. Pass forward from Makmanchik. Set up to Bailey Warren. And that will be a kill for Baylor. Baylor up 15-12. And a timeout taken by these two teams. And we're seeing a lot of great offense by Baylor today. And they seem to be very much aggressive on both ends of the net, whether it be the front right or front left, and really trying to set up those really narrow kills down the line.
Yes, you're definitely seeing a bigger offensive role. I think that Coach McGuire is trying to pull out of the Bears. They seem to be very defensive heavy last game against TCU, and I think Coach McGuire knows this. Even though Houston, we're seeing it right now, they had two great blocks on that last point, and I think that you're not able to win games strictly only being good in one aspect of the game. And I think Coach McGuire knows that. And I think talking back to earlier, this is your game to kind of try stuff out. When you're going up against Kansas on Friday, the last thing you want to do is get down a set or two and say, what's not working, and then have to figure it out. So I think Coach McGuire is taking some of his lessons, some of his points from Saturday against the Horned Frogs, and saying, let's try some stuff against the Cougars. Let's see what we can get going for us, and let's just have ourselves a game.
And very much still trying to experiment, but this Houston team staying in this first set, and that's what they've been known to do. The problem for them has been closing out these sets and really catching back up, whether it be a loss by 2, a loss by 3 in these sets. Houston always stays close, but can never really fully get that first set win versus these ranked opponents. Now after that timeout, both teams coming back out. Tori Davis set the serve from the back left. Jim serve pass forward by Alyssa Gonzalez, trying to set up Kellen Moran. Tap back by Essex. And Baylor will get the point. Houston unable to return the tap from Essex. Baylor now up 16-12 on Houston in this first set. Tori Davis serving from the back left. Pass forward from Gonzalez. Moran getting the kill. Very quick thinking by Moran there. She was a little bit away from the ball, but was able to move into position and get the kill for Houston.
Yeah, Baylor seemed to just float a little too heavy to the center and right side of the court, and nobody open on the left.
Gonzalez serves it for Houston. Baylor passing it around. Bailey Warren gets the kill, having some speed on that attack, bouncing off of multiple Houston players. Baylor up 17-13. Harley Crick serving from the back right. And that will be a service error for Baylor. Baylor up 17-14. Kellen Moran serving from the back left now for Houston. Pass forward to Madison. Set to Essex. Houston able to return it. Setting up Ramon, now dug out by Madison. And then a great pushback by Rockmanchik. Now back on Baylor's side is Bibembe trying to get the kill, but blocked by Houston. And then both teams trading taps over the net at the net, and Baylor ultimately losing there.
That second comeback by the Bears, after two taps, that ball still moving away from the net, and Rockmanchik able to get it back over.
Baylor up 17-15. And now playing throughout this point, Essex with the kill.
Right in the middle, dead man zone right there in the middle. Able to capitalize off of it.
Baylor up 18-15 over the Houston Cougars. Bailey Warren serving from the back left. And that will be Baylor's point. And she will have a service ace there. Bailey Warren. Baylor now up 19-15 in this first set. Warren serves it to the right side for Houston. Houston fumbling it around, passes over to Baylor. Rockmanchik going for the kill and getting the point for Baylor. Two Houston players trying to get the block there, but just could not get it for Houston. Baylor ends up getting the point, and now a timeout by Houston. And that's got to be demoralizing for Houston, having two players up there trying to block it, but what a great kill by Baylor and good positioning there.
Yeah, Rockmanchik just able to get it under the arms of those two defenders up in the front, and there's not much you can do there. Once it gets up under you, you can't move quick enough to get down under it and just get it popped back up. And also want to take a second to talk about how the Bears were able to get a really good set by Harley Crick up in the front, really high to start off as the ball just kind of popped over in the front, and then Manuel Bembembe able to set up another good set, and Rockmanchik just able to get it down. The sets have been really on point. Everybody's doing a great job, especially the front line. I mean, you're seeing Rockmanchik already has 5 kills, Bailey Warren with 3, Manuel Bembembe with 3, Victoria Davis with 3, Victoria Davis with 2, and Gabrielle Essex with 2. That front line's getting a lot of action in for the Bears in this first set. I mean, Rockmanchik is already halfway to where she was last game with 13, and there's still 2 sets left to be played.
She's really been a force to be reckoned with in this game, and very much a key part of that experimentation we've been talking about that Baylor's doing in this match. Now Bailey Warren set the serve on the back left. Baylor up 20-15 over Houston, looking to close out this first set. And serve barely getting over the net. Torres Rivera trying to go for the dig, but won't be able to get there, and that'll be a point for Baylor. Baylor up 21-15 now.
Baylor with 4 service aces already in this first set.
Warren with a jump serve from the back left. Dug out by Houston. Baylor setting up Essex. And Essex will get the kill in the middle of no man's land there. Nobody from Houston was able to get to it. Baylor up 22-15 now. Closing in on this first set. And as you talked about, Baylor going for that no man's land right there.
Right in the middle. When you have your 2 defenders up in the front, you leave your middle of the court just open.
Warren serving it again from the back left. And Jillian Pitts will try to return that, but she will not be able to. And Baylor will get the point. Baylor up 23-15 now, 2 points away from winning the first set.
Baylor already at as many service aces as they had in the entirety of last game against TCU at 5.
Warren serving from the back left. Will barely make it over the net. And it'll go straight to Essex, and Essex will just tap it over. And that will be another kill for Baylor. And all of these serves barely hitting the net and going over, really helping out Baylor, as it seemed that Houston just can't recover, and then Essex there tapping it right over.
Yeah, you're looking at it. Baylor currently on a, hold on, my math serves me correct, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-point run against the Cougars. It was 15-7. The Cougars were still down, but ever since that last time out, Baylor's just kind of controlled the game from here. And you can't blame them. If they see open opportunities, they're going to take it. They want to get home. Somebody probably has an assignment due later tonight. Let's all get home a little early.
And Essex been such a key player for Baylor up in the middle. Now, as we were talking about before, Rachmanchik having a lot of kills, but then you see Essex, after that run, rising up to 4 and about to overtake Rachmanchik. And she's just been such a key piece for this team, and really being a great defensive player, but also an offensive player, as we saw on that last point with her getting the kill, that put this Baylor team within 1 point of winning the first set. Now Warren set to serve again from the back left. Hoping to close out this first set is Baylor. And Houston will let it go, and that will be a service error. Houston staying alive in this first set. Baylor up 24-16. Lottie Scully serving for Houston from the back right. Pass forward by Warren. Set up for Essex. And that will be another kill for Essex. And Baylor will win the first set 25-16.
Yeah, it's great job by Baylor to keep the foot on the gas, and that in the second half of that set to just say, they're not giving up. They might have let it be neck and neck for a while, but Baylor showed why they are 15th ranked in the nation right now. They said, let's come out, let's finish it strong, let's not give up anything dumb, and they did it. They went out there, they got a couple more service aces, they got some more kills, they're still feeding that front line, they're looking good.
And a great first set for Baylor, like you said, and with that, we will take a quick break before we come back with the second set of this game, number 15 Baylor versus Houston. Baylor now up 1-0. You've been listening to Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Welcome back to Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio. Baylor up 1-0 with a 25-16 first set win over Houston in this pivotal Big 12 conference matchup. And as we talked about in the pregame, this year Baylor 7-0 when winning the first set. So getting out there, winning the first set, definitely something that Ryan McGuire is very proud of this team right now.
The odds are in their favor. They're also undefeated at home. I think they're feeling good about their game right now. They played a really strong second half of that set, and they're going to say, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep that foot down on the gas like Coach McGuire has talked about in the last couple games, and it's going to be very key for them doing that over not just this game, but as we're talking about Friday against Kansas as well, it's going to be big. Some could say massive.
And now Harley Kreck set to serve for Baylor from the back right. Pass forward from Haley Schroeder. And there'll be a net violation for Houston, and it'll be point Baylor. Baylor up 1-0 in the second set. Kreck serving from the back right once more. Pass forward from Schroeder. Set up to Schroeder on the front left side. Blocked by Baylor. Baylor passing it around. Morgan setting up for Warren. And then Warren hitting it out of bounds. Baylor and Houston now tied 1-1 in the second set.
Great placement. Looked like Baylor was looking for a deflection out of bounds, but not able to get one.
Ali Schroeder serving from the back right side. Pass forward from Warren. And set up for Bibimbe. And then blocked by Barkat Ramon. Baylor unable to return. Houston now up 2-1 in the second set. Schroeder serving from the back right. Pass forward from Madison. Set to Essex, and Essex will get the kill. Cross court. Great kill by Essex. Baylor and Houston now tied 2-2. Warren serving from the back left side for Baylor. Pass forward from Dillian Pitts. Set to the right to number 9, Avery Shemidas. And that will be blocked by Baylor. Baylor now up 3-2. Warren Jump serve to the right. Pass forward by Pitts. Tap over by Ramon. Baylor passing it around. Crick hits a free ball over. Now Baylor trying to get the kill there, and that will be out of bounds as called by the judges. Now 3-all Baylor and Houston. It's one of the longer points that we've seen in this game, very back and forth. Pitt serving from the back left. And that'll be a service error for Pitt as Baylor will go up 4-3 now on Houston. Morgan Madison serving from the back left. Pass forward from Schroeder. Set up to Kellen Morin, and that will be a kill for Houston. 4-all between Baylor and Houston.
Looked like Morgan Madison and Bailey Warren just not able to fully communicate through that and just ball slip right through both of them.
Now Torres Rivera subbing in for Houston. Serving from the back right. Madison passes it forward. Craig sets up for Tori Davis. Dug out by Holly Schroeder. Set up for Bree Reed. And that'll be a kill for Houston. Houston up 5-4. Torres Rivera serving from the back right. Pass forward to Madison. Set from Craig to Ksenia Rachmanchik. Now on a different side of the court, but still the same front left setup for Ksenia Rachmanchik. Now Baylor and Houston tied 5-all. Ulu Fatu now serving from Baylor from the back left. Pass forward from Torres Rivera. Kellen Morin trying to get the kill, but it will be blocked by Tori Davis. Baylor now up 6-5. Ulu Fatu continuing to serve from the back left. And that'll be a service error for Baylor. Ulu Fatu hitting it into the net. Now Baylor and Houston tied up 6-all.
Now we're talking about the aces being a key factor in this game for the Bears so far. They've also given up 4 points to 4 service errors.
Bree Reed serving from the back right. Pass forward from Rachmanchik. Set up from Ulu Fatu to Rachmanchik. Dug out by Pitts. And now the setup to Alyssa Gonzalez. And that will be a kill for Houston. Baylor unable to dig that one out. Houston now up 7-6 in the second set. Bree Reed serving from the back right. Pass forward from Madison. Ulu Fatu passes it to Rachmanchik, and it's tapped back by Houston. And Madison trying to save that one, but not able to for Baylor. Now it'll be point Houston. Now Houston up 8-6 as Baylor takes the timeout. Now this second set going very differently from the first set. And Houston would get close, maybe within 2 or 1 point. But this set they're actually leading and maintaining their lead, not letting Baylor get back in.
Yeah, I know a 3-0 run doesn't sound much, but when the game was as neck and neck as it was earlier, Houston being able to take a little bit of a leg up, I wonder what Coach Rare is saying over there to his sideline and saying, look, we're on a good pace, we're playing some of our best games, and if they're able to get underneath the skin of the Bears, throw them off a little bit, you can't blame them. If it's going to work, it's going to work. That's sport. You're not going to want to switch up something. They found a key to success right here in this set so far. Is Baylor going to be able to lock it down?
And that's the question. A lot of these points in the second set, very different from the first and the way that they've gone longer. There's been a lot more touches by a lot of different players. And Houston's defense being really great during this set, and Pitts on one of the points being able to take away Rachmanchik's kills from the front left and she'll have to continue to do that for Houston if they have any chance of winning the second set.
Yep.
Now Bree Reed serving from the back right for Houston. Houston up 8-6 in the second set.
There's a fan next to us holding a giant teddy bear, as tonight is the Teddy Bear Talk for the Baylor Bears here at the Fairlawn. All those teddy bears will be donated to the Children's Hospital here in Waco.
Now Bree Reed set to serve from the back right. Pass forward for Rockmanchik. Set back to Rockmanchik from Lulu Fatu. Pitts passes it forward. Set up for Alyssa Gonzalez. And Madison tries to dig that one out, but not able to. That will be point Houston. Houston now up 9-6. Bree Reed continuing to serve from the back right for Houston. Pass forward to Rockmanchik. Set for Tori Davis, and that will hit the net and be Houston's point. Houston now up 10-6.
Looked like Houston was able to get a low block down there. Ball was near the net, but just hit Tori Davis as she was standing out of bounds.
Reed serving again from the back right. Rockmanchik passes it forward. Rockmanchik set up, tries to get the kill. Pitts receives it. Now tapped over by Alyssa Gonzalez. Baylor passing it around. Bailey Warren trying to go for the kill, but that will be out of bounds in Houston's point. Houston now up 11-6.
Continuing that run for the Cougars. Coach McGuire now calling a timeout for the Bears. His second and final timeout of the set, and pretty early on. It's only 11-6, Houston up in the second set, but looking at Coach McGuire the last couple points has been quite fired up and is flailing his arms over there on the sideline. Very, very dramatic. Definitely not seeing the best out of his players, but nothing that can't be fixed that we haven't seen before. Going even back to TCU, I believe we saw a couple of 5 to 6 point runs by the Bears.
We did, and this has been the big thing for Baylor, is the second set slump. And last game, even though they won versus TCU, it remained, they still had some struggles in the second set. And in this game, versus a team that winning 25-16 in the first set, a team that Ryan McGuire knows Baylor is capable of beating, they need to be able to not have such a big slump in this set and let it continue forward.
Yeah, and you're even thinking back to Florida. You're thinking back to LSU. Whenever they were going up against ranked opponents, they stayed pretty close in the game, and it seemed like there was a fire after they had lost the set to come back and win one. And now we're seeing the opposite. They come out strong, and even though the record says that they're 7-0 this season, when winning the opening set, you know, you can stumble for a set, but you don't want to let Houston crawl their way back into this and make it a tie ball game.
Bree Reed serving it from the back right. Pass forward from Madison. Set to the left for Rockmanchik, and that will be blocked by Lodi Scully for Houston. Houston up 12-6. That looks like Rockmanchik is being subbed out for number 12, Brielle Warren. Bree Reed serving from the back right. Pass forward from Madison. Quick set to Tori Davis. Blocked by Houston. Houston passing it around. Set for Alyssa Gonzalez. Now Baylor tapping it over. Houston passing it back to Alyssa Gonzalez again. Dug out by Brielle Warren. And tapped over by Harley Kreck. And that will be a kill for Baylor. The score now, Houston 12, Baylor 7 in the second set.
Yeah, let's see where Baylor goes with that. It's a 6. After that is a 6-1 scoring run. Now only by Houston. It was 7-0, but they were able to get that point. And see if Rockmanchik, set to serve for the Bears, can get it done.
Rockmanchik back in the game now, serving from the back right for Baylor. And Alyssa Gonzalez set up for Houston, and she gets the kill. Houston now up 13-7.
That was a great placed ball over there near the line. As long as you make it 50-50 judgment call, you know, most of the time, most players are going to be scared to go after it.
Aubrey Sears now coming into the game for Kellen Moran, serving from the back left. And that will have to be a free ball from Baylor as it was passed behind them. And after some fumbling around by Houston, Baylor will get the point. Houston now up 13-8.
We have some subs coming in for the Bears. I'd like to make note, as the Bears are chasing that ball back off the court, it seemed like almost 3 players found toes off the wood. And thankfully, you had Rockmanchik able to make a play, but it can be a little risky if not able to get it all the way over.
Taylor Crane serving from the back right. Dug out by Torres Rivera. Set up for Barcat Ramon, and that will be a kill for Houston. Houston now up 14-8. Continuing their dominance in the second set.
That kill looked a little different. It was more of a floater to a back right corner that was completely empty. There was no Baylor Bear there to cover that.
Lottie Scully serving from the back right. Pass forward from Rockmanchik. Set up for Bailey Warren on the front left, and that will be blocked by number 13, Barcat Ramon. Houston now up 15-8. Scully serving once more from the back right. Pass forward to Romanchik. Set up for Essex. Now dug out by Bree Reed. She will try to get it over, but it will be out of bounds. Baylor's point. Houston now up 15-9. Really difficult position there, and good on her for getting the ball, but just not good placement on Baylor's side. Riley Craig serving from the back right for Baylor. Houston setting up Alyssa Gonzalez, and that will be blocked by Essex. Baylor now only down. Excuse me, that will be out of bounds. Now will be Houston's point. Houston up 16-9.
Yeah, blocks being a key factor for Houston in this set, as they have 5 compared to their 2 in the first.
Ali Schroeder serving from the back right. Set to Essex, blocked by Ramon. Another set to Essex, and she will get that one over for the kill. Houston up 16-10 now as Baylor gets their serve back. Bailey Warren serving from the back left. Pass forward from Pitts. And set up for Shemidas. Houston still playing good defense. Pass back to Baylor. Baylor setting up Rockmanchik on that front left side, and Rockmanchik will get another kill. Houston still up 16-11. But Baylor creeping their way back into the second set.
Seems like Rockmanchik has found herself a nice little spot to call home down there on the left side.
Warren serving again from the back left side. Pass forward from Pitt. Set up for Ramon. And that will be a kill for Houston, bouncing off of multiple Baylor players. Houston up 17-11 now. Seems that some difficulties with getting the ball for the serve. Now Jillian Pitt serving from the back left. And Bailey Warren will let that one go, and that will be a service error for Houston. Houston up 17-12 now in the second set. Baylor serving. Morgan Madison serving from the back left. Pass forward from Mamone. Set to Shamidas, and that will be a kill for Houston. Houston now up 18-12 in the second set.
Again, looks like Baylor just floating a little too strong to the right side of the court, and Houston's doing a great job of being able to get full court cross sets.
Torres Rivera serving from the back right. Pass forward from Ramonchik. Set up to Davis. Received by Houston. Now Baylor passing it around. Ramonchik taps it over. Received by Pitts. Now the setup for Warren. Madison digs it out. Pass over by Warren. Now the setup for Ramon. That gets blocked. Houston now has to tap it over to Baylor. Baylor getting set up. Ramonchik from that front left side gets the kill.
That was a long, drawn-out point, but one that Baylor desperately needs getting this late in the second half of this set.
Houston still leading 18-13. Baylor serving now, though. Olufatu from the back left. Pass forward from Schroeder. Set up for Ramon. Tapped over from Craig. Now Ramon trying to get the kill again. Pass forward from Warren. Dug out by Olufatu. And point for Baylor. Olufatu making a great diving dig there to keep the point alive.
As Ksenia Rockmanchik keeps adding to that kills category, now up at 9.
Now it looks like there will be another timeout by Houston. And with that, we will take a quick break and be back with more Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Welcome back to Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio. Baylor winning the first set 25-16, but Houston now leading 18-14 in this second set at the Farrell Center. Olufatu set to serve for Baylor from the back left. Currently waiting for everything to get in order. David Rare talking to Lottie Scully right now.
Seems as if we're on break right now as the ref is talking to score table. So we are back underway.
Olufatu with the serve. Pass back by Morin. Set up for Ramon. Dug out by Madison. Olufatu setting up Rachmanchik, and that will be a kill for Rachmanchik. Same place, front left. And now Baylor only trails by 3. Houston leading 18-15.
Already moves her into double digits in the kill stats.
Now substitutions being made for Houston. Tara Greenberry coming onto the floor, as well as Tennyson Fry. Fatu serving from the back left. Pass forward by Reed. Reed going for the kill, but that will be received by Bailey Warren. Rachmanchik now trying to go for the kill. Blocked back by Houston. Now Reed trying to get the kill again, and she will succeed. Houston now up 19-15. Reed now serving from the back right.
And Houston head coach David Ayer again taking his words to the referee.
Still having words with the referee. Now play set to begin with Reed serving from the back right. And Fatu will let that one go, and that will be a service error for Houston. Baylor now only trailing 16-19. Rachmanchik set to serve from the back right. Pass forward from Pitts. And it looks like miscommunication there by Houston. Now Baylor taking advantage. Bailey Warren getting the kill. And it looks like they're on the setup. There was just a miscommunication by Houston, allowing them not to really get a good ball over to Baylor. Baylor taking advantage. Baylor now only trails 17-19 in the second set. Rachmanchik serving from the back right. And that will be a service ace for Rachmanchik, as it looked like Bree Reed was confused as where she was supposed to be. Now, Baylor only trails Houston 18-19. And with that, a timeout will be taken. Baylor crawling back into the second set.
Yeah, we're talking about it. The service aces and the service errors. Houston committed one, and then Baylor followed it up with another service ace. Baylor has a total of 10 points just off of serve so far. Both teams are tied at 4 service errors, sure, but Baylor has 6 service aces compared to Houston's 0. And as we just saw, Rachmanchik serve, it was quick, it was fast, and it had a little bit of a curve on it. It threw off the right side of Houston, and just, it was a judgment call, and one of those judgments that they wish they could take back and in future hindsight say, hey, go after that, but you just let Baylor crawl back into it. It's now a 1-point game here late in the second set.
And now Baylor having all the momentum, winning 3 straight points as it looked there for a while. You know, Houston leading as much as 6 points in this set that they were down and out. But Baylor coming back and trying to show the world that, hey, we've had second set slumps, but this game is going to be different. We're going to fight back, and we're going to do this. And that's what Ryan McGuire's message was probably to the team as they took that timeout in the middle of the set. And with that, Houston still leading 19-18. Rachmanchik set to serve from the back right. Pass forward from Pitts. Set up for Morin. And she will go for it and get the kill. Had some speed on that one too. Houston up 20-18.
Take a second to talk about that. Kellen Morin is 6'4", just a statue up at the front.
Serve from Warren. Now Baylor passing it around. Warren's attack deflected by Houston. And Houston passes it back to Baylor. Baylor setting up Warren again. Warren's attack block. Baylor trying to get reset. Warren taps it over. Pass forward from Reed. Set up to Alyssa Gonzalez. And Baylor will be unable to get it back. And that will be a point for Houston. Houston now up 21-18 in the second set. Pass forward from Ulu Fatu. Set up for Warren again. Houston able to handle it. Passes it back to Baylor. Baylor setting up Tori Davis. She's blocked. Now setting up Warren, and she's blocked. But that block will be out of bounds and will be Baylor's point. Baylor now trailing 19-21 as they get their serve back.
Yeah, Houston didn't seem to get really any good swings around out at the net. Mostly free balls over, and Baylor able to capitalize.
Tori Davis serving from the back left. Pass forward from Reed. And the setup to Tara Greenberry. Baylor able to handle it. Now setting up Bailey Warren. And Houston will try to block it, but that will go out of bounds as well. Baylor getting the point. Now trailing 20-21. Tori Davis serving again from the back left. Pass forward from Reed. And that will go over the net, and Essex will just tap it back, getting the point for Baylor and tying this second set up.
Yeah, great execution by Essex to be able to realize that that ball is not going to be in Houston's ground, and she just goes up and gets it.
Tori Davis serving again. Pass forward from Gonzalez. Set up for Gonzalez. It will be dug out by Baylor. Essex will tap it over. And then Barcat Ramon will go up for the kill for Houston. Houston now will be up 22-21.
Again, another spot by Houston, just able to capitalize in the middle of the court where nobody's around and able to get it down.
Lottie Scully serving from the back right. Pass forward from Warren. Set up for Warren, and she will get the kill. And Houston and Baylor are now tied at 22 in the second set. Now substitutions being made. Bibimbe coming in for Ulufatu. Now Craig serving from Baylor from the back right. Houston setting up Alyssa Gonzalez, and that will go over and be a point for Houston. Houston now up 23-22, trying to get this second set win.
Baylor currently has their highest production players out on the court, as that is a service error for number one, Alyssa Gonzalez of Houston. Again, tying this game back up now at 23. Going back to the highest production players for Baylor out on the court. Ryan McGuire knows who he's putting out there and trusts them to go after and win this set.
Bailey Warren serving from the back left now. And it will be a service error for Baylor. They had the chance there with the serve to take control, but that'll be a service error. And now Houston leading 24-23. It's only 1 point to go to win this set. Pitt serving from the back left. Pass forward from Akmanchik. Set up for Essex. Morin will try to return it, but she won't be able to. And then now it's all tied up, 24-24. Baylor staying alive in this second set. Morgan Madison now serving for Baylor from the back left. Pass forward from Gonzalez. And the setup to Reed, and Reed will hit that out of bounds. Baylor now up 25-24 with the second set in their hands now. Madison serving from the back left, and it will be a service error. Service errors continuing to plague this Baylor team. And now back to 25 all in the second set. Houston getting the serve. Torres Rivera set the serve from the back right for Houston. Pass forward from Rockmanchik. And the setup for Rockmanchik, but it will be received by Pitt. The tap over from Houston. Now Bibembe going for the kill, and Bibembe will get it. Baylor up 26-25. Now a set point again for Baylor. Ulufatu set the serve from the back left. And that will be passed forward by Alyssa Gonzalez, but go into the net, and Baylor will win the second set, 27-25.
We saw TCU get out to a pretty big deficit, not a deficit, sorry, a good mountain to climb for the Bears early in the set, and Baylor again showing that it doesn't matter what you throw at them, they're fighting till the end. They're able to come back, erase that 7-0 run that Houston had with a couple of 3-0 runs themselves, sure giving up a couple of points in between, but they did it at a time when they could afford it and a time when they needed to do it. And as we saw, yes, this set did have to go into some extra points. No team ever wants to do that, but if you're getting a win, it's a win. It's now a 2-0 game. You only need one more set to win, and it could have been 1-1 tie ball game, and you're playing your last three sets like it's high school all over again.
That's definitely correct there, Aiden. Now Baylor up 2-0, winning the second set in extra points. And now we're going to take a quick break in between these set 2 and 3, and we'll be back with Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune into LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco.
News for the students,
from breaking
by
stories
the
to
students.
exclusive interviews.
We'll see you in
we
your
cover
inbox.
campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Welcome back to Baylor Volleyball on the Baylor Lariat Radio. As we're coming back to this game, Baylor is up 2 sets to Houston's 0 after winning the second set 27-25 and the first set 25-16. Both teams are making their way back on to the court.
Houston trying not to repeat history here, as every ranked opponent they face, they've lost 3-0. And this game now down 2-0. I'm sure David Rare is making that point known. This team has to fight if they want any chance of winning this game.
And Houston is set to serve to start this third. Serve for them is number 22, Lodi Scully. Received by Rockmanchik. Set to Rockmanchik and blocked out of bounds by Houston's number 13, Barack Ramon.
Another front left kill for Ksenia Rockmanchik.
Morgan Madison is in the back left to serve for the Bears. See by Houston. Set. And Houston blocked at the net, but able to keep it alive. Dug out by Bailey Warren and Morgan Madison. And Rockmanchik over the net. Houston keeping it alive. Oh, miscommunication at the front by Houston.
Baylor looking like they're carrying all that momentum in from the second set, dominating these first 2 points.
Morgan Madison again back for the Bears. Steve by Reed. Set. And tipped out of bounds by Manuel Benvinde on the block. Swing coming from Brenna Reed of the Cougars. And back for the Cougars is number 18, Hallie Schroeder. Steve by Madison. Set by Kreck. And Rockmanchik again up in the left. Able to get the kill for the Bears.
Now Rockmanchik past 10 kills in this game. Now at 12. Been such a force to be reckoned with on that front left side.
Score is 3-1 Bears up as Tehani Ulufatu is in the back left, serving for the Bears. Up and away. Received by Reed. And it'll be a point. Baylor. Tehani Ulufatu back for the Bears. Received by Reed. Set. Swing. Ulufatu keeping alive for the Bears. Back up to the front where Rockmanchik is blocked by Baccarat Ramon. Point, Houston.
And that's something Houston's going to have to do in this third set, making sure to block all those attacks by Rockmanchik.
Julian Pitts serving for the Cougars. Received by Ulufatu, set by Krek. And looks like there was going to be a back set, but Bailey Warren out of place and able to get to it, but not able to get it into a good spot, and it was blocked. Pitts again serving for the Cougars. And able to get down for a service ace as Morgan Madison and Tehani Ulufatu run into each other on the receive. Received by Ulufatu. Set by Rockmanchik. Bailey Warren over. Houston over. Again, another miscommunication in the back. This time, Tehani Ulufatu and Bailey Warren. Point, Houston, now ahead, 5-4. Set by Krek. Rockmanchik not able to get something over. Point, Houston.
Houston doing such a great job of eliminating all those attacks at the net that have been a scourge for them across these sets. Kellen Morin in particular being such a dominant force at the net for Houston.
As Baylor head coach Ryan McGuire calls the team's first timeout of this set. It is 6-4. Houston
been great this game, getting blocks as multiple players are above. 3 blocks having Baccarat Ramon with 5, having Avery Shamidas with 5, having Kellen Morin with 4. Just, even though they have been down, they made the second set really competitive. And in the third set right now, after a little bit of a slow start, able to come back, and their defense really being the strong point of this set, because it hasn't been like the kills and attacks have been what Houston has done in this game to get ahead. It has been their defense primarily.
Yes, if you're looking at it, the stats read that Houston has 10 blocks so far in this game, compared to Baylor's 2, and so far is 0 in this set, which is uncharacteristic of the Bears, as they came in with the highest defensive rating, and you're playing Houston that has shown you up in that category so far today. Baylor able to make up for it with some strong offensive play, but the defense has to get involved at some point.
And like you said, they've been able to survive today mainly because of their offense. As you look at the attack statistics, Baylor has 20 more attacks, 90-70 on Houston, and has 12 more kills, 36 kills to Houston's 24. Just been so much more of a better offensive team today.
As the teams make their way back onto the floor, Houston's Jillian Pitts is still serving from their back left. Ulufatu receives, set by Krek. Rockmanchik, will we get one down? Houston keeping alive. Ulufatu getting the dig. Bailey Warren, free dump over Houston. With their own free dump, Warren keeping it alive. And Rockmanchik getting in her spot at the front left, but unable to keep the ball in bounds. Ends up out of bounds, and point Houston, 7-4. Julian Pitts again away for the Cougars. Received by Ulufatu, set by Krek. And Warren Bailey having to pick up Victoria Davis's missed jump, and Houston able to capitalize. Now 8-4. Hits again from the back left. Ulufatu. Set by Craig. Rockmanchik now able to get in between the two defenders of number 25, Callum Moore, and number 9, Avery Shamitis, to get a point for the Bears, ending Houston's 6-0 run. Rockmanchik away for the Bears. And number 1, Alyssa Gonzalez, number 18, Holly Schroeder, with the receive straight back to Victoria Davis and slam down for the Baylor point. Rockmanchik again back right for the Bears. Received by Pitts. And looked like Bailey Warren was able to get a hand up and block it, but the block ends up out of bounds. That'll be Houston's point. Now 9-6. Fatu on the receive. Set by Krek. Warren getting slammed down. Warren again with the slam. Houston scrambling to recover. Free dump over. Ulufatu laying out. And Bailey Warren now able to find an open spot to get her kill on this on this point.
And great kill by her. Baylor finally getting in the right formation in the right place, because that's plagued them on a lot of points in this set.
Victoria Davis back for the Bears. Seized by Houston. And that will be a block by Baylor that ends up out of bounds. The Houston's point. Excuse me. That is Baylor's point. Victoria Davis again back for the Bears. And she will have a service error. The first one of the sets, I believe. Felt like it took a little bit longer compared to some of the other sets to get one.
Definitely Baylor up to 7 service errors now on this game.
Number 16, Brenna Reed back for the Cougars. Received by Ulufatu. Set by Krek. Warren getting the ball over for the Bears. Free ball by Houston over. Set again by Krek. And Warren getting it down for the kill. Deflected off of Jillian Pitts. She was not in a good spot. Baylor able to capitalize. 10-9 Houston. Bears making their way back. Harley Krek up and away for the Bears. And that will end up out of bounds on the receive by Alyssa Gonzalez. That will be an 8 by Harley Krek.
And Baylor now showing the resiliency they had in the second set, clawing their way back to tie this third set.
Harley Krek up and away. Received by Houston. Free dump that Manuel Bembende was able to get to. Bailey Warren over for the Bears. Gonzalez over for Houston. Set by Krek. And Warren now slamming her ball into number 22, Lodi Scully's block, and it will end up out of bounds. Point Baylor. Harley Krek up and away. Received by Pitts. Set. Gonzalez getting it over. Madison getting to it. Warren over. Houston keeping it alive. Gonzalez again. Received by Rockmanchik. Set by Krek to Bembembe. And it will be a point Baylor.
Baylor now taking control of this third set.
Okay, up and away. Received by Houston. Gonzalez having to step back to make that play back over. And Gabrielle Essex up at the front on a quick set by Harley Krek, getting it down into the middle. Now 13-10, Bears lead. And timeout called by Houston head coach David Rare. With that, we will cut to a quick commercial break and be back shortly. This is Baylor Volleyball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Welcome back to Baylor Volleyball on the Baylor Lariat Radio. It's currently 13-10 here in the third set. Your Bears leading the Houston Cougars. To remind you, the Bears are up 2 sets, and it is the third. Baylor looking to get home early today as the teams make their way back onto the floor. Harley Kreck is still serving for your Bears. Serve is up. Received by Pitts. Set by Houston. Gonzalez getting a slam down, but Warren Bailey able to keep it alive. Over by Rockmanchuk. Houston scrambling to get the ball over. Gonzalez. Free ball over. Set by Kreck. And Bembe getting the kill off of the deflected block of Houston's number 1, Alyssa Gonzalez. Baylor currently on a 6-0 scoring run. There are some late subs by the Cougars.
And a part of that run has been such a great job at playing better defense in no man's land.
Serve received by Houston. And Kellen Morin getting set up to make a swing and get one down for the Cougars. Now 14-11. Houston getting their first point in a while. Kellen Morin back serving for the Cougars, and that will end up out of bounds. That is a service error. Point Baylor.
Now Houston's total service errors up to 6 now on the game.
Number 2, Bailey Warren back for the Bears. Received by Houston. Tried to get a quick dump. And again, a missed time jump by Houston. This time, number 13, Barack Rahman, and it will end up on the floor. Point Baylor. Service ace by Bailey Warren as the Cougars just let it fall down. And again, Houston taking a timeout. We are seeing that serves are being the make and break today in this game. You add on top of the fact that Baylor is doing very, very well in their offensive categories. Mr. Aiden O'Connor, walk me through what you're seeing.
I'm definitely seeing in this, as you talked about the serves, while there have been some errors, Baylor has had almost 10 service aces today, currently with 9. And the beginning of this set, they got off to a hot start, then slowed down. And really a big part of that was Houston's defense taking out players like Rockmanchuk from the net and being able to get kills from that front left area. But then, Baylor took the timeout, got back together, and it has been an entirely different story since then. And they've come back out and been able to get those type of plays and like they were before. And the big thing that I noticed is that there were no more miscommunications on defense. A lot of miscommunications in that no man's land we keep talking about in the middle of the court, where we have Morgan Madison running into Tahani Ulufatu. Now none of that is happening, and really they have fixed that defensive problem, which has led to the scoring run for them, and now having them inch even closer to getting a 3-0 victory.
as teams are making their way back onto the court. Bailey Warren still back for your Bears. Bailey Warren, serve up and away. Received by Houston. Low ball. Up over the net, set by Kreck. Mbembe making her swing. Houston, another free ball. Up over, this time landing in the middle of the court. Point to Houston. As the back line all tried to make some big jumps to get to it. Number 22, Lodi Scully, serving for the Cougars as that ball ends up out of bounds and almost hits us back here behind the Baylor side of the court. Morgan Madison now back for the Bears. Scores 18-12 Baylor. Received by Houston. And free ball over for Houston as nobody communicated there. And free ball back over ends up in the hands of Rockmanchik, who, as you've heard many times before in this broadcast, from the left, making a kill. Madison again away for the Bears. Received by Houston. Set for Hallie Schroeder. And her slam will end up out of bounds. Point Baylor, now 20-12.
It just seems like the accuracy for Houston on their attacks has been really off for the second half of the third set.
Madison again away for the Bears. Received by Schroeder. Set by Pitts. And Schroeder able to get one down this time for the Houston point. A couple of deflections off of the arms of some of the Baylor players. And now Hallie Schroeder serving for the Cougars. Received by Rockmanchik. Set by Kreck. And blocked, but Baylor able to recover the straight down block and getting it back over for the point.
And Madison doing a great job from recovering from that pass play where she ended up giving Houston the point this time, digging it out and helping Baylor get the point.
Tehani Ulufatu subbed in and serving for the Bears. Received by Pitts. Set. Baylor able to keep it going. Houston scrambling and unable to make a play on that ball. It is now 22-13 Baylor.
The substitution being made for Houston as Tara Greenberry is now coming in the game.
Ulufatu up and away for the Bears. And that will be a service ace by Tehani Ulufatu. Score 23-13 Baylor. Ulufatu up. Received by Houston. And that ball again almost ends up hitting us back here, as it will be a Houston point, as number 25, Kellen Morin, was able to get the deflected block. Pitts serving, received by Ulufatu, but unable to get it to one of her teammates. Point Houston.
There's like some miscommunication there between Ulufatu and Davis.
Pitts away. Received by Ulufatu, set by Kreck. And Victoria Davis going up, but blocked by number 16, Brenna Reed of Houston. Score is now 23-16 Baylor. Pitts, received by Ulufatu again, set by Kreck. And looks like Kellen Moore was able to beat Kreck to the ball at the net. She's able to get it down. Point Houston. Hits again, received by Madison. Set by Kreck. Rockmanship, getting it swung down. Houston able to make a play on it, keeping it alive. Again, back on Baylor's side, Rockmanship again. Again, Houston able to keep the ball up. Blocked by Victoria Davis at the net. And Harley Kreck block at the net. Victoria Davis keeping the ball up. And Rockmanship blocked. And Baylor making digs on the ball. Houston able to keep it alive, but will not end up in a hand of a teammate. Number 18, Hallie Schroeder, laying out to make the save, but a teammate was not in an area on where she got the ball up. Match point. Baylor 24, Houston 17. As there are substitutions for the Bears coming in. Number 16, Grace Carroll. And there will not be a Taylor Crane sub in. It is match point for the Bears as Ksenia Rockmanchik is back. Take the serve. Up and away. Received by Pitts. Schroeder running back. Over for Houston. Ulu Fatu set. Tori Davis. Kill in the back left corner for the Bears. That will be end of this game. Bears win the third set 25-17, sweeping the Cougars here on a Wednesday night.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere, because we'll have our post game and we'll share our thoughts in Baylor's 3-0 win versus Houston. You've been listening to Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back to the post-game show for Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio. Baylor winning 3-0 versus Houston, notching another conference win and remaining undefeated at home. In this game, as we talked about, such a big game in terms of keeping their momentum going, keeping the streak at home going, and really taking the momentum into another ranked matchup in their next match.
Yeah, Kansas, they're inside that top 25 right alongside Baylor. You have the confidence of beating a number 9 ranked TCU. And Coach McGuire, we saw in that second set, lit a fire under the players. They might have been down, but they crawled back. That was the only set that had to go to extra points. And the first and third set ended pretty neck and neck. Both first set ending 25-16 favor of the Bears. Second set ending 27-25 still favor of the Bears. And, third set 25-17. Bears win. They get a nice little sweep under them. They're going to feel great heading into a ranked Kansas team heading into Friday. Their offense looked a lot better. They had really, really good offensive. Their defense slacked a little bit, but if that's a trade-off that Coach McGuire can work on during the rest of the week, I think that he's going to have himself a team that is, again, going to make a statement whenever they go play Kansas. You had 48 kills from the Bears. Sure, you only had 2 blocks, a little under what they're used to, considering Houston had 12, but it was still a great team effort all around by the Bears.
It was, and as we're talking about team effort, having 3 players with 10 kills or more, you had Gabby Essex, you had Bailey Warren, Ksenia Rockmanchik. She was really the difference maker in this game, talking about her 16 kills, which, if my math isn't wrong, is the highest kill count she's had this year, surpassing her 15 kills at Northwestern. And just her impact on this team has been so great. And today, it was guaranteed, set her up for the front left, and she was going to get the kill. And she was just such a big part of the win for Baylor.
Yeah, Ksenia Rockmanchik. And then, again, we got to talk about Big 12 Freshman of the Week, Morgan Madison. Again, second time this season, she had 17 digs tonight. Both players making very good statement calls, showing that they're reliable pieces. We saw Rockmanchik get very, very comfortable in that front left position, but she still was making plays even when she had to float to the back off of serves. Being able to move around and still freely feel like you're capable of playing your best game is something that Coach McGuire is going to have to find in all of his players come Friday.
Definitely. And that Friday game, big conference implications. But today, Baylor getting it done, winning the first set 25-16, second set 27-25, and the final third set 25-17. And with that, you've been listening to Baylor Volleyball on Baylor Lariat Radio, and we will be back with you Saturday as we announce Baylor's football game versus Kansas State. Thank you all for listening, and have a great